After what happened following Fanfeature 3's initial release, I was admittedly unsure how many submissions I would get. Luckily for me, I got a surprising amount of submissions to Fanfeature 4, so all's well that ends well. But enough intro, let's get to the builds. First up is a Tobin by Katria Thick. Having over 40 in both defenses and 62 HP to accompany it, Tobin is going to be tanking a lot of units. Regardless of his attack stat, dealing a constant 25 damage base bonfire is more than enough to make up for it, giving me some serious OofJ vibes here. If you don't know who that is, I suggest checking him out, his content's great. This one comes from a longtime subscriber of mine, an Erica by Cosmic Anomaly. Not using a refine and instead using Heart's Blade isn't something I see every day. Usually she struggles in the attack department, but this build lets her have 64 attack enemy phase, while still maintaining great physical bulk. Honestly, one of the more creative builds I've seen for her. Next is a Kagero by Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, or D4C for short. Never did I think to make Kagero a mixed tank, but wow does this work. Chill Attack, Pulse Smoke, and Goody Boot make for a crazy combination and a boatload of potential. Ignoring the blurriness of the image, we have a Camus by Urk. Camus was one of the first units I made a 5-star via promotion, but he kinda fell off due to his lackluster speed. This Camus, however, is not only bulky but fast. He may not tank mages very well, but he has more than enough defense to take some physical hits. Built-in DC is always great anyway. Giving us a big lad, Castless brings us an Oliver. If there's something that I don't see every day, it's a Blarraven tome that isn't paired with Triangle Adept. Instead of making a purely anti-bow / dagger unit, this Oliver is a mixed tank with an extra advantage for good measure. Really creative. Coming to destroy everything in her path is the Soleil by Kuma. Wrath Wu Dao is an infamously good set, but to have it on a beast like Soleil is just outright murder. This topped with the defensive capabilities is just absurdly strong. Like, good lord. Showing us that any unit can be tanky with enough love, Master ZJ gives us a Delthea. Never did I think I'd say these words, but this Delthea is actually a great physical tank. When attacked by a physical ranged unit, she not only will cancel debuffs, but if adjacent to 3 allies, will have 43 defense. I thought physical Delthea was a meme, but okay, I guess it works. Bringing us a deadly child is Supreme Toadlord with Male Kana. Aside from a little help to allies with Infantry Pulse, his massive speed stat will mean that he can easily get off Dark Breath debuffs, and force units to attack in player phase and activate his breath skill. I've seen this set in a similar way on OG Femcorn, so like mother like son? Speaking of the mom, we have a Fallen Corn courtesy of Taco Gun. How do you make Fallen Corn even stupider than Savage Breath makes her already? Make her even bulkier, give her guard and close defense. You know, because she clearly wasn't strong enough, so how about making her defenses unshatterable too? In her maximum unbuffed state, she'll have 47 res and 51 defense. Why do I play this game anymore? At last, we have a male Grima from Tactician Magician. Normally I wouldn't think to give Grima speed, but enemy phase he's sporting 39. Partnered with Bold Fighter, this is the dual phase beast that won't take any doubling on the enemy's part. Before I get to the top picks, I want to briefly bring up a different male Grima who was literally submitted just before this one by Dueling Bot. I know I said I wouldn't do this last fan feature after the 2 Kazes, but not like the series is known for its consistency anyway. This will be what's called a special feature, where if I decide to, I'll show a unit who didn't make the top 10, but I want to share for other reasons. Time for the finalists! Coming in at 3rd place, Tactician Magician. Grima is one of the more overlooked units in Heroes nowadays, mostly due to other dragons making him age somewhat poorly despite his godly attack stat. Bold Fighter Grimas were definitely cool, but they felt like they could just be player phase since doubling him was already a guarantee. Giving him speed fixes that issue entirely, meaning that he'll be able to be the only one doubling. For that, you get 3rd place. In 2nd place, Master ZJ, Delthea as a physical tank. It sounds ridiculous, but it works! Attack smoke is pretty standard for every tank ever, but adding guard alongside bulk is just nuts. Keep in mind, her res is great to begin with too, so under the same conditions as her 43 defense, she will have 58 res. This isn't even counting her 64-48 offensive spread under the same conditions. That is why you get 2nd place. And finally, the winner of Fan Feature 4 is D4C! Having a mixed tank dagger is something I see almost never, let alone this good. Close counter only increases her attack options too, healing back plenty of HP with Ether and Mystic boosts to boot. Heh, boot. Pulse Smoke and Chill attack only serves to increase her longevity even more, drawing to herself all sorts of strength, while taking away the enemy's, well, everything. For this build that clearly performs many dirty deeds done dirt cheap, you are the one who has taken the first napkin. Thank you everyone for submitting your builds, and I'll look forward to Fan Feature 5, which has open submissions as of this video's release. To submit, join my Discord server and put your build in Fan Feature submissions. That is all, have a good day.